Power is given to us not to lord it over others, not to improve our standing, nor to enrich ourselves. Power must be used for the good and well-being of the people at all times. Power must always be used for the benefit of the people. These are Hussein's words about power, which he continuously drummed into official dome and continue to resonate from Malaysia till today. A very beautiful day, everyone. My name is Muhammad Auni Haziq bin Abd Hamid. It is a great pleasure for me to talk about Tun Hussein Onn, the third Prime Minister of Malaysia. Tun Hussein Onn began and ended his premiership in tears, announcing the death of second Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak Hussein in 1976, and his own resignation for health reasons in 1981. Tun Hussein Onn was born in Johor Bahru on February 12, 1922. He received his early education in Singapore and at the English College in Johor Bahru. After leaving school, he joined the Johor Military Force as a cadet in 1914 and was sent a year later to the Indian Military Academy in India. Upon completion of his training, he was absorbed into the Indian Army and served in the Middle East when the Second World War broke. After the war, his vast experience prompted the British to employ him as an instructor at the Malayan Police Recruiting and Training Center. Tun Hussein came back to Malaysia in 1945 and was appointed Commandant of the Johor Bahru Police Depot. The following year, he joined the Malaya Civil Service as an Assistant Administrative Officer in Segamat, Johor. He was later posted to the state of Selangor, becoming Kluang and Kuala Selangor's District Officer. Tun Hussein, who came from a family with deep nationalistic spirit and political roots, resigned from the civil service to go into politics. In 1949, he became the first youth chief of UMNO. In 1950, Hussein Onn became the Secretary General of the party. He later left the party and co-founded the Independence of Malaya Party with his father. The party was not successful, and so he went to London where he studied law at Lincoln's Inn. He later returned to Malaysia as a qualified lawyer in 1968. In 1968, he rejoined UMNO after he was convinced by the then Prime Minister Tun Abdul Razak. In 1969, he won the general elections. He was appointed the Education Minister. In 1973, he became the Deputy Prime Minister of Malaysia. In 1976, Prime Minister Abdul Razak died, and so Hussein Onn became the Prime Minister of Malaysia. As the Prime Minister, Tun Hussein Onn presided over a generally peaceful coalition with Chinese and Indian parties, despite ongoing racial tensions and trouble with communist insurgents. He also strongly opposed the immigration of Vietnamese refugees to Malaysia, strengthened Malaysia's role in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and worked to bring Brunei into ASEAN. During his administration as Prime Minister, he sought to improve the economy of Malaysia. He was known as the Father of Unity due to his efforts of promoting goodwill among the various communities in Malaysia. This label was attributed to many of his policies which were geared towards bridging the racial divide. I would like to highlight that under Tun Hussein Onn premiership, Amanah Saham Nasional was created. Pemodalan Nasional Berhad was established. Rukun Tetangga was launched. Koperasi Usaha Bersatu was launched. Third Malaysia Plan was launched. Federal Territories Ministry was established in 1978. After his retirement, He played a significant role in the establishment of the Tun Hussein on Eye Hospital. He passed away on May 29, 1919, in California. He was buried in Makam Pahlawan in Kuala Lumpur. He died at the age of 68. Tun Hussein is remembered as a gentleman who was thoughtful and soft-spoken. His style was not to be deserved, for he was not a particularly fiery orator. His method was to communicate and reason simply, and never to simply communicate and reason. Ask anyone who knew him, and they will tell you that as a man and as a leader, it was never all about him. That's all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears.